Hello everyone, thanks for tuning back in. Sorry it has been so long since we last made a video. I think the last time I uploaded a video was possibly the end of April, maybe. I don't think I uploaded anything in May. And sorry, it's really been hectic here. We still haven't closed on our house yet, and hopefully we are able to close this coming Thursday, finally. I'm not sure what God has in store, but He's moving, and just sometimes you just don't understand what He's doing. I've had to switch to a different employer. The Christian counseling agency I was working for didn't pan out financially for me and my family, and so I had to take a position as a therapist in a not-for-profit organization, and I'm very thankful for that. They provide me with a salary to benefit my family. But one thing we want to talk about is that we're going to Origins this weekend. Never been to Origins before. What's your thoughts on that, Alex?
It's definitely going to be new, but I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah? So what do you know about Origins?
Other than it's a board game convention.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. She knows nothing. And so, just with everything in this head of hers, all she can think about is cosplay. Yeah. And I don't blame her. She likes cosplay. I mean, as long as it doesn't get too weird, yeah, I let her do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so one thing to know about Origins is that it's not as big scale as Gencon. It's not that big, but there are a lot of people that love it. There's more gaming going on, from what I understand. And so, like our friend John Moore, he actually spends most of his time playing board games in the boardroom, which I just found this out. And in order to get into the boardroom, you have to have a ribbon. And so I ordered us ribbons. Nice. And also, there is another surprise. I ordered us, or should I say, I took the liberty of ordering us tickets for an event.
Okay. And what is this event?
It is an event that we can play together.
Okay.
It is Thru Dungeon. She did not know this.
No way!
Yes way. I bought us one ticket each for, I think, $10.50, I think it is. I'm trying to currently print off the ticket. I was going to have it. So one thing about Origins is that when you do Thru Dungeon, you have to print off or buy the tickets from Thru Dungeon instead of like on Origins website like Gencon would. And then you can print off your tickets and then bring them in, which I just found this out. And so one thing I liked about the Thru Dungeon at Origins is that it was cheaper to get tickets for their event there than it is Gencon, which, you know, they keep raising the price on their events at Gencon. And so sometimes it just seems unreasonable. And so this is a good way for us to do Thru Dungeon, because I showed you the one year that we were there, and it looked really cool. Yeah. We got kind of like a backstage look at it, but we just could not participate because we didn't want to buy the tickets. But now we can. Yes. And what are your thoughts on that?
I'm super excited. I can't wait.
Yeah, what are you excited about it?
Well, from what I saw when we went to Gen Con, just like the way that it's been set up and how you would play it, that seems very interesting. Okay. Okay. And how do you play it? Well, that part I'm not too sure about. But
okay, so you actually get these little tokens. I have some somewhere around here in this mess, on this game shelf behind us somewhere. I'm not sure. But you get these little coins or little tokens that have different like weapons or armor or special abilities. And like the weapons, you'll put on a puck and you'll slide it like on a shuffleboard table. And there's like a little picture-esque of the monster that you're fighting. Mm-hmm. And so you're going to be going through each different room, and there's going to be puzzles or monsters you have to fight. We're doing a combat. We're going to do more of a combat-oriented puzzle, and it's the Moonshade or something. Or something on the moon. If I could have printed off the tickets, I would tell you. There's only like 3 or 4 options from what I remember. But that's the one we're doing. And so you slide your puck on the table, and if you can get your puck like on a shuffleboard in a certain square or triangle piece, that's how much damage you do. But people coming behind you can accidentally knock your weapon off or even further in to do more damage. So it's pretty cool. Okay, and so yeah, she didn't know that was going to be taking place. We're going to be staying downtown. We're going to be like a 10-minute walk from the convention center. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah.
We got a reasonable price. We could have stayed at the Red Roof Inn Plus right across the street. And I originally had a room reserved in that hotel, but I wanted to save a couple bucks and I didn't mind walking. So we're going to Gencon. Well, she's not. I am. Me and my wife are going. But you're going to be able to see us at Origins now. So this is going to be our first year to check it out. We didn't get a chance to go to HoosierCon or Indianapolis Comic Con this year just because of the situation with the housing and moving and work and just not making the finances that I needed to at the time. But this is a way that we can actually go out and just me and this one right here hang out some.
Yep.
So, and then if you notice there's a bunch of stuff on the table in front of me, you can't really see what it is, but it's actually the Kickstarter version of Sword Sorcery. And so I want to talk about that in this update. Most of you have probably seen my videos on folklore, how I went through every rule almost and all the components and stuff and how to play and just at different aspects and situations of the game itself. Well, I plan to do that with this game. So I want to show you guys how to play it and kind of go through the learning curve with you, and so that way you know like how movement is, how to attack, what happens when you spawn a monster, and just those various aspects. And we'll go through a whole encounter that way, just like we did in folklore. And so what do you think about that?
Okay.
Yeah, you probably don't want to play this.
Well, I mean, it seems like a fun game.
Yeah, it seems like a fun game.
Well, I mean, so did folklore. I just didn't want to play with you the first time because you had never played it before and you didn't know what it was all.
Well, I've played it since, and you still haven't played.
Well, you've never asked me to play.
That's
so.
a bunch of baloney.
No.
Yeah, I've asked you several times to play, and I played this before. I played Sword and Sorcery a couple times, maybe a few times. I got to play it at Gen Con. I got to play it with Charlie, my brother Charlie. I got to play it with a small group of people, and I got to play it with one of the clients I had. I actually broke this game out and was using it to teach empathy and choice, like what happens when you make certain choices, and letting the story kind of unfold with the choices that person made, so they can understand, there's consequences to your actions. Yeah. That's, so if he wanted to march on before the rest of the group, he was going to learn the consequence that sometimes what you think is best isn't, because you're not being patient. And I think that's a good feature of this game in a therapeutic setting. Like, you could possibly use this game in a small therapeutic group to teach social skills, or teach empathy, or even just simple thinking and strategy. So yeah, that's just an update for now. I have some videos that I am getting ready to upload. I just need to edit them. I've had them for a couple weeks. I've just been very busy, like I said, with things with the house and trying to get the patio all situated. It was a mess. There was just a bunch of dirt in between these stones and weeds were growing. I had to tear those all out and fill them with a mortar and then grind those down so they looked flush and beautiful and stuff. But we're getting there. We're getting into a place where we can actually do more videos. As I promised before, I feel like I'm making myself a liar by not. And then also something I want to do, and we actually have like a small workshop in this house. Right now it's just kind of filled with boxes and stuff because we decided to keep all of our boxes just in case something happened and we weren't able to close on the house. But like I said, we're supposed to close Thursday. I already talked to the lender, and we're just waiting for the USDA to send our file back so we can close. But what I want to do is set up a weekly painting, and I'm going to try to show you guys some of the techniques I use, what I picked up. I'm not a pro by any means, but I've painted quite a few miniatures.
Yeah.
And some of my other videos, a lot of the opening scenes did show most of the miniatures. There were only a few miniatures I didn't paint, but most of them are all the ones that I painted. And so that's one way to look. And in those painting videos, I'm going to show clips, as an intro to kind of go along with the painting instead of the normal intro that you guys normally see. I'll try to spruce it up as much as I can. I don't have a lot of time, and I'm not you know, fluent with Paint Shop and how to make different intros and stuff. Like I had to have a lot of help making the intro that I had, and not necessarily a lot, but I had to go watch a lot of videos, and I had to download the scheme and then get my own logo. Had to get my own logo made and insert it into that scheme, and I had to get the music for it, and so it was a lot. It took some time, but I'll try to figure out something to incorporate pictures, and if I can't figure out how to do an intro, I know how to do an outro, and I can always do an outro of different pictures that I've seen in the credits, right? And Alex is going to paint too.
Yes.
Well, there we have it. See you guys next time, and thanks for tuning in.